Hello, everyone. Jason Hagholm here, and today I am joined by arguably the best flyweight in the world of mixed martial arts, champion across many promotions in North America. It is Phumi Nkuta, who is making his professional wrestling debut on December the 20th at House of Glory versus Matt Riddle. Phumi, long time no chat. Pleasure to chat with you again.
Hey man, it's been a while since we were able to hop on a camera and have a little discussion, man. So it's always a pleasure talking to you. I'm excited we're doing this again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first, let's just stick with the pro wrestling side, as that's the big event you have coming up here
Right.
on December the 20th. I mean, we're just talking off camera. The last time we spoke, you were, spouting out your fandom of pro wrestling back in the days of, early Ring of Honor and stuff like that. But now you're stepping inside the squared circle. How'd this all come together, Phumi? Because I know you took some time away from MMA to train pro wrestling, and now that was about a year or so ago, and now you're finally getting to step inside the squared circle.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time coming, in my opinion. And in a lot of people's opinion. When I retired from the sport, I needed some time away. I had a couple injuries. The big hand injury
Yeah.
was something I was dealing with, and it was funny. Aljo's brother, Kelvin, man, he was just telling me one day. He's like, "Look, man, you're too good in front of a camera." he's like, "Look, man, you know how to talk. You know how to just look. It would be an injustice if you never really were to pursue anything that could put you in light of a camera." So, in my opinion, man, I was like, you know what? If I'm not going to be fighting, screw it. I'll pro wrestle. I'll hop in that ring. You know what I'm saying? I'll still be an athlete. And I've been training with Amazing Red since 2022. Now we're coming in 2025, and the promoter of House of Glory, asked me. I want to say in November, like, look, we'd love to have you on this card. We think it would be a big show. I think it would be the perfect time for you to actually make your debut. What do you think? And I was like, you know what, man? Like, because I'm still trying to get ready for a short notice fight, and a couple other things on the horizon in terms of my fighting career. So I really just wanted to make sure um, it would it wouldn't take away from me fighting. And I think, with a match like Matt Riddle, once they brought that name up to me, I was like, you know what, man, this is perfect. This is the perfect opponent, the perfect fight, the perfect match, the perfect name. And you look at Matt Riddle and all of his accomplishments. I mean, the guy's been in Japan, been in the UFC, been in the WWE. To even be blessed with an opportunity like that for House of Glory, I'm very thankful. For Matt Riddle to be willing to step up and give a young hungry lion an opportunity like myself, I'm very thankful. So I'm just staying ready, getting ready, and when I get in that square circle, man, it's lights, camera, action, and I'm putting on a show. I'm gonna try and give that guy some pain too.
Well, it's an exciting opportunity. I mean, the independent scene's kind of maybe taken a bit of a transition since the launch of AEW. House of Glory has been putting on some of the best shows. Just looking at the talent on this card, obviously you have Rev Fenix on this card, the champion Zilla against Jake Something there in a big match as well. A lot of quality talent. What's it like been to be a part of House of Glory, to see them grow up, and especially getting to train with Amazing Red, who's putting out quality student after quality student for after his incredible career, in-ring career, in the early to late 2000s.
Nah, man, it's humbling for me because you know where I came from, man. I'm a guy who's inspired by all of these guys, right? Like when I look at a guy like Amazing, that's someone who would just inspire me, and now I get to actually train alongside of him. I get to learn from him. You know what I mean? That to me, man, I'm humbled by the opportunity. And to even be presented the opportunity, by House of Glory to be able to be on a card with Zilla Fatu, Jake Something, who's been in the business for a while, the Hardy Boys are on this card. I mean, they're selling out tickets. I got friends who want tickets. They can't even get them anymore because the Hardy Boys are selling the place out. Look, I'm very thankful, but at the same time, man, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I'm so ready, and at the same time, I want to put on a show. I want to give Matt Riddle a great fight, and I just want to give something. I want the fans to remember this one, man. I really want the fans to, at the end of the day, be like, look, that guy can fight, sure, but he can also hop in that squared circle and do the damn thing too. So, I want to I want to, these guys in the business are giving me so much respect. Amazing Red giving me respect. House of Glory giving me so much respect. A lot of the wrestlers that I've met along my path, whether it be Tanahashi or, Big Bronson Reed or Dragon Lee, all of these guys have showed me so much respect. Even CM Punk, a guy like him, he's always been nothing but nice to me. Mm-hmm. So when I hop in that ring, man, I don't want to do this business I want to show this business the respect it deserves. You know what I mean? And I want to compete on a level that's respectable of this business and going to also show respect to it. So here I am. I'm training, man.
Well, it's a match style. I mean, obviously you said your opponent, Matt Riddle. I mean, former UFC fighter, done big things transitioning to the world of pro wrestling, made it to WWE, still doing big things, with MLW and now with House of Glory. I think this match is very exciting because we've seen mixed martial arts just transition to pro wrestling with ease. It's like, water off a duck's back. I think that's what makes this matchup so exciting, and what you guys can do, transition, mixing in mixed martial arts with pro wrestling. Do you feel like that's why this is the perfect opponent for you?
I think so. I think that's the thing, is fans don't know what to expect when the bell rings. And that's the part to me that's very exciting. You have two fighters, man, who, people don't necessarily know I'm at a high level, but I mean, for the fighters know. You know what I mean? You ask any of the high-level fighters out there, they know I'm at a high level, but I haven't gotten a chance to prove it. And here I am. I'm competing against this decorated professional fighter who's also a decorated, professional wrestler at this point. And we're going under a different rule set. In my mind, it's like, I could fight this guy under jiu-jitsu rules. I could fight this guy under mixed martial arts rules. But it just so happens on Friday, December 20th, we're fighting under a pro wrestling rule set, which, man, I'm excited because I don't even know what's going to happen in that ring. I don't know if Riddle knows what's going to happen in that ring. The fans definitely don't. But we're going to scrap it out, and it's going to be a great, entertaining contest for sure.
I think for me, who's someone who's seen basically the majority of your career as you've gone up the ranks, that's what excites me. I don't know what to expect from you in the ring, Fumi, and I definitely will be checking out this House of Glory show on December the 20th. And as well, like, the world of pro wrestling, it's changed so much. There's a lot of more inclusion, especially at the WWE, of, college athletes, or they're very more accepting of fighters like yourself in there. But you have that personality that you said, that's kind of why you hopped in there, that WWE just craving for, new future talent. Is this a venture that you're maybe looking at more than just this opportunity here with House of Glory? Is this something you seeing maybe being a long-term future right now with the way, just the stall blocks that have happened in your MMA career?
I don't think it has anything to do with the stall blocks at this point, but look, man, I said it when I signed that contract with House of Glory in March. I don't want people to think that this is me stepping away from the sport of MMA or looking for a way out. You know what I mean? And I don't want people in the pro wrestling side to think that, I'm just treating this like some whatever thing because I wasn't a fighter. Nah, man, like, I really, truly mean what I say and say what I mean when I say I want to be the Bo Jackson of this.
Okay.
I want to be that Deion Sanders. I want to score a touchdown and hit a home run in the same day, man. I want to be able to win a fight and at the same time professional wrestle at the highest level. And I'm not saying that out of cockiness. I'm not saying that out of arrogance. I'm saying that because in the sport of mixed martial arts, I'm training with the UFC Hall of Famer Matt Serra, learning from him and his tutelage and his whole system that came from Renzo Gracie. Now I get to learn from Jason Rao. And I'm also learning from Ray Longo as well, one of the greatest coaches in professional mixed martial arts history. Then on the pro wrestling side, I got to train with the Amazing Red, the father of independent wrestling. You look at the style people, pro wrestle with today, they use his style. They use his moves, the Canadian Destroyer, the flipping DDTs, the Code Reds. Look, man, I'm blessed to have been able to just say I've learned from Ray Longo, Matt Serra, and the Amazing Red. But to be a prodigy of those guys, to be able to really learn their system and now do it at the highest level, come on, man. I'm not here just to wrestle, and I'm not just here just to fight. Call me New Age Bo Jackson, man. I want to do what's never been done.
I like that. New Age Bo Jackson. We will be calling you that, I think, Fumi, as the years go on here. And, I'm excited to see what happens in your pro wrestling career. I think there's tons of potential with you in the world of pro wrestling, but let's bring it back to, where everyone really got to know you, the world of mixed martial arts. Fumi, I mean, I know you've had a few fights, you picked up some titles along the way, but I just feel like I don't understand how you haven't got an opportunity at Contender Series yet, or even just signed outright to the UFC or another major promotion. Like, what's going on? Like, why are you not where I think you should be right now in a major promotion?
Look, man, I don't make those decisions, and at the same time, like I respect all the decisions that are made on that level. You know, these guys in the UFC have been in the business for I don't know how long, whether it be the matchmakers, the brass, Dana himself. So you know, they have their reasons. What am I gonna say? You know what I mean? All I could do is just work my ass off, and you know, be just who I am, man. You know, I'm not that kind of guy that's gonna. Obviously, there's sometimes when you see other guys get opportunities way easier, does it get frustrating? But as long as I know I'm qualified, you know, if my skills started declining, then maybe I might be a little upset I never got that opportunity or something. But man, I just really feel like every single day I get better and better and better and better and better. I'm keeping a good mindset. I'm still training hard. I'm gonna be working with Longo tonight, taking his class. We're gonna be working hard with the kickboxing. So for me personally, I feel like whenever I do get in there, I'm gonna be able to clear house. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be able to just fight whoever, whenever. And I think the one thing that I'm gonna benefit from is having trained with guys like Merab and Aljo for so long who are at the highest level. I truly believe that if, you know, I get that Kai Asakura, you know, moment, I'm not getting subbed by Pantoja. You know, my jiu-jitsu guys are too good. My jiu-jitsu training partners, they keep me ready. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he'd be able to strike with me. I don't think he'd be able to grapple with me. Obviously, the UFC's the highest level, and a lot of people might not believe me. But that's fine. They don't have to, you know. I know Ray Longo believes me. I know Matt Serra does. I know the highest level fighters in the game who are trained with do, and that's all that matters to me. So when I'm ready, you know, or when they want to give me that call, look, my phone's open and I'll be ready to answer. Till then, I'm just keep working.
Yeah, I think that's just the thing that surprises me the most is like the UFC knows your gym. You know, they have a champion now from your gym in Merab at bantamweight. You know, Aljo was a champion at bantamweight as well. Now doing big things at featherweight. Put on a really impressive performance on Saturday.
Incredible fight. I still had him winning rounds 1 and 3. I know it was a super close fight, but look, if you know grappling, you know wrestling, you know jiu-jitsu, you know that was probably the highest level fight on that card for sure.
It may have been one of the highest level grappling fights I think I've seen in the UFC.
Of all time, yeah.
So, I mean, as well, looking, as you said, you know, getting that Kai Sakura, what are you thinking right now? I know you made the post that you're the best flyweight out there, and I think a lot of people would agree. There's a lot of people even saying that, what do you do with Pantoja? Why not give you an opportunity there, Fumi? Like, what are you thinking of the division right now as a whole, and obviously of Pantoja's title defense last Saturday at UFC 310?
I think the division is booming. You know, in my opinion, I think the division is healthy. I think the division is good. Is Pantoja running out of opponents? Absolutely. You know what I mean? He's doing his job. He's clearing house. He's beating Kai Asakura, Kai Kara France. He's beaten Brandon Royval already. You know what I mean? He's fought everybody at this point. So you got to give him the credit he's due. I think he should be higher on that pound for pound ranking. He's going to be looked at as one of the GOATs of the weight class, I think, when we all look back at his career. But look, man, I tweet what I say for a reason. It's because I truly believe it. I think sometimes people want to take this Colby Covington approach to talking where they just want to say things. Look, brother, I'm never going to come out of myself and be someone who I'm not. And I'm not going to say things that I don't truly believe. And I'm not going to say things that my team and people who are already at that highest level believe. You know, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to cause any disrespect to guys like, you know, Pantoja, even Josh Van and Cody Durden. But when I watch a fight with Longo and we break down my sparring, we break down my fights, we don't see a point in a fight where they completely dominate me or where I have a glaring weakness. Kai Sakura, we kind of know coming in, if he doesn't knock you out with a big punch or big knee or big something, Pantoja's likely going to eventually take his back, eventually choke him out. You know, we don't really know about Kai Sakura's conditioning and his cardio, but we do know that guy Pantoja can go all damn day. And, you know, I think he had a great fight, great performance. In his mind, he's like, look, man, they brought in this new kid. I got to show him that I'm really the man here, that this is my division. And look, if he's running out of opponents, why not give a guy like me an opportunity, man? Let's take it back to the Rocky Balboa days, man. Let's give Rocky Balboa an opportunity, you know, and what's there to lose? What's
Yeah.
there to lose at this point? You know, he's fought Brandon Royval, he's fought everybody. And there's this guy out there, man, who, you know, some people know him, but the real ones know he's the truth. You know what I mean? So why not throw that guy out there? You know, this guy can talk. This guy can walk the walk, talk the talk. This guy's got the flavor, the sauce, the skill. I truly believe, man, I can get it done. And I think at the same time, I want to do it, man, in a way no one's ever done it before. That's the thing about me. Like, there's a reason why I want to pro wrestle and fight at the same time, and it's because no one has done both at the same time. So I think to get an opportunity like that, let's say I would have fight a Pantoja, first fight in the UFC, and get it done. No one would have ever been able to do anything like that, man. And do I know if that's gonna happen? Probably not. You know what I mean? That'd be like a miracle or a dream come true for something like that to happen, but the way I'm looking at it, man, is I'm not concerned about beating Pantoja. I'm not concerned about beating Brandon Royval. I'm not concerned about, you know, fighting anybody in the division. I'm concerned about being just the best pound for pound fighter in the world. And that means I got to work on my jiu-jitsu to compete against anybody. I got to work on my wrestling to compete against everybody. My striking, being able to mix it all together. So at this point, I don't care if it's Pantoja who's got that belt. I don't care if it's Royval. I don't care if Mighty Mouse comes back. I'm just looking to go out there, win in a big way, win in a way that says, you know what, this casual audience that typically watches the UFC fight, they're gonna want to watch Pumi. I want to bring that casual audience to the flyweight division, man. To I don't want to say be the Conor of the division because I want to be my own man. I want to be my own version, but at the same time, I want to bring eyes that might not always watch the flyweight division. I want to bring them to this sport, bring them to the flyweight division, see how fast we move, how good we are, how technical we are. And at the same time, man, with a guy like me who can talk that talk, I think I could just bring something different, 100%.
I think you made yourself a great case to maybe get a short notice opportunity there with the UFC, or really, I think you just need some big opportunity right now. I think you're too talented, and just looking at your last performance too, Pumi, back at Peak, a first round TKO, you got a doctor stoppage there against Jesse Tafoya to pick up another championship. I mean, you're starting to turn into the Ultimo Dragon there with the multi-meme photo there with the belts like that. I mean, that's just the run you've been on. You're becoming like the belt collector of the regional scene in mixed martial arts here in North America.
No, thank you, man. And it's funny because I was as I was taking those pictures, because you got to understand, I'm a fan of the sport. I started off 12 years old watching the UFC, watching Tito Ortiz and Ken Shamrock, watching the old school guys go, watching the Hoist Gracies. Obviously I wasn't watching live at that point with Hoist Gracie. But man, like I've been watching all these guys, man, growing up as a kid. So when I got all these belts on me, I almost can't believe it. I'm living the dream, man. Even though I'm not in the sea yet and I'm not where I want to be in my career, dude. If the younger version of me saw where I was right now, man, he'd be smiling. So I'm gonna just keep working, keep being hungry. And that's why, man, I love this opportunity with House of Glory. This is the biggest opportunity I've ever been presented in my life, you know? And that's no disrespect to CFFC. They gave me a title shot at 2-0. And that, to me, was huge opportunity. Alberto Trio, tough cat. And because of that opportunity at CFFC, I got to compete under bright lights. I got to, do commentary with guys like John Morgan and CM Punk. So I'm always thankful to Rob Haydock for that. Then you look at, Peak and what I did for there. I was able to, fight a tough cat, man. I know people get on Jesse Tafoya for having a 7-5 record, but people don't realize, like, most of those losses he had were at featherweight. You know what I mean? The guy's fighting at flyweight. And then as soon as he went to flyweight, he was on a 6-1 run. You know what I mean? So that guy's good. You ask anybody at Greg Jackson's, they thought he could have been on the big show as well. So, and then also to fight, Hunter Starner, to fight Cleveland McLean, who's got 27 fights and still not get touched. I think I've gotten opportunity after opportunity, and I'm truly blessed. But this one against Matt Riddle is going to be the huge one that may open doors for me. So I got to show up. I got to be ready. And I got to give Riddle the fight of a lifetime, man.
Well, I can't wait to see you put on the show in the pro wrestling, as we said before. You said you're also maybe looking for a short notice MMA opportunity there, Pumi. Is there anything on the horizon that you can speak of, or you just always just staying ready? That's kind of the way you
Nah, man, just always staying ready. Look, to me, 3 5-minute rounds is nothing. I'll do that tomorrow. That's a cakewalk, you know. Every workout I do is to basically either simulate 3 5s or simulate 5 5-minute rounds. So my gas tank is always sharp. I'm always ready. And I'm constantly sparring. Maybe not, as much as I would when I'm in camp, but it's not like I'm not used to punches and kicks being thrown at my face or submissions being thrown up at me. So when I say I'm trying to get ready for short notice, it doesn't mean I have anything lined up, but it just means that if I get a call, if Dana White and those guys want to give me a call, trust me, I'm going to put on a performance that's going to make them say, "Oh shoot, this guy looks like he's in camp right now,"
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to wind things down here, Pumi, it's been a great year for you guys with Sarah Longo. I mean,
Yeah.
Merab became bantamweight champion. You guys are always just putting great things out there. How do you guys assess this year? I mean, it's got to be a great year where Merab's won a title. Aljo's had a lot of success here at 145. And you guys have tons of prospects down the pipeline.
Yeah, man. Look, man, I'll always say that we're the best team, greatest team of all time, best team in the world. And if you disagree with me, man, you can look at that wall. You look at the champions. We don't really take people from other gyms, and turn them into world champions. Longo and Matt and these guys have been fortunate enough and good enough to just take guys who walk into the gym and turn them into champions, like Merab, turn him into a champion, Aljo, Chris Weidman, Matt Serra. These aren't guys that came from other gyms. These aren't guys who already started out with a skill set. I mean, these are guys that just came from the bottom, and now they're all the way at the top. So that's why I'm saying, man, I'm so blessed to have somehow ended up here. I'm from New Jersey, so I don't even know how I ended up in Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Doing fighting with these guys, man. But regardless, I'm blessed. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm working my ass off. And, to see the other guys, too, work their asses off and get to where they're at, to see, my boys like Bazooka and Cannibal and Nas and Pompino and Steamroller get in there, man. Like, dude, I've been a part of this team so long, man. I knew Aljo when Aljo wasn't even in the UFC, man. Like, back when he had his last CFFC fight, he had just come off that shoulder surgery, and then he finally got that call up and he was on the Ronda Rousey card. Like, I've been at this gym, man, for 11 years, and just to see the way everyone's grown and to see where everyone's gone in their lives, man, to see, Chris Weidman at his peak and to see, Merab at his peak and Aljo at his peak, man, it's inspiring. So I'm very grateful.
Well, Pumi, it's always a pleasure to chat with you. I hope we make this more than 2 years from now. I hope we get to speak after your House of Glory match with Matt Riddle. I truly believe within 2025, you're going to be doing something for a promotion owned by TKO, whether it's in the UFC or in WWE. I think you're too talented. You're too athletic. You're too much charisma. You are a promoter's dream. And whatever one of those promotions or a major promotion, if it's not the UFC in the world of mixed martial arts, I think it's going to come. It has to come. You're too talented not to pick up. So with that, thank you for your time, Pumi. And you can definitely, plug yourself out there. Where can people keep up with you and get your great tweets about what's going on in the in the flyweight division and why you're the best flyweight in the game?
Yeah, man. It's on Instagram and Twitter. I got the same handle, Pumi Nkuta _MMA. That's PHUMI NKUTA _MMA. If you want to see me, see some pictures of me and videos of me doing cool stuff, check me out on Instagram. If you want to hear me talk a little bit of smack and talk about how I'm the best flyweight in the world, come check me out on Twitter. And definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, either tune in on Fight TV Friday, December 20th, or get a ticket. Tickets are selling out fast. It's me versus Matt Riddle in a match where no one knows what's going to happen. 2 MMA fighters fighting under a professional wrestling rule set. A guy with a lot of experience in the game, giving a chance to a young, hungry lion who's going to be scrappy. I think it's going to make for a great fight. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think Riddle knows what's going to happen. The guys at House of Glory don't know what's going to happen, but 2 guys are going to meet in the middle of a square circle and scrap and give it all they got for you fans.
Awesome. I can't wait to see what you do inside the squared circle in your pro wrestling debut, Pumi. Pleasure to chat with you as always. Like I said, you're just too talented, and I think big things will happen for you in 2025. Thanks for your time again, Pumi, and we'll hopefully get to chat again soon.
Hopefully again soon. And hey, Jason, man, let's not make this 2 years, all right?
Yeah, let's
Hopefully
definitely
we'll
not.
talk right after this match. We got to keep these conversations rolling.
Absolutely. I know you're not just doing the pro wrestling thing because it's just, an opportunity. You're also a fan of it too. You're enthused in that industry. So I can't wait to see what you and Riddle put together. And yeah, we'll definitely talk more than 2 years from now.
All right, buddy. Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Pumi. Awesome. Thank you so much, Pumi. And like I said, I truly believe 2025 is going to be a big year for you, sir.
Hopefully, man. It's crazy because it's just, I put that, post out with Riddle and so many people liked it, so many people sent it. And it's like, well,